billionaires up there and shows them off, you know?
You're right.
That is something that's kind of crazy about him. It's no secret that Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. And it's easy to use. That's what I enjoy about it. And it's got everything from players picks, team picks, and now culture picks. That's right. On top of picking player lineups, you can now pick teams on Prize Picks. Pick the winner, total, and spread on every game through the playoffs. Team picks are now available in 30 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And culture picks. They cover everything else. Make picks on the price of crypto, entertainment awards, and even politics. I love the player picks because they're easy to use. You just choose more or less than a certain stat number for each player. And while we're at it, here are my picks for this weekend's games. Tail at your own discretion. I am a novice. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Play responsibly. I'd like to share with you that when I need more Bitcoin, MoonPay is always the first app that I open because it doesn't force you to buy a whole coin and it's super easy to use. MoonPay is one of the biggest partners of this show, and I'm excited to share that I've accepted my compensation from them in Bitcoin. That's right. The Bitcoin will sit in a digital MoonPay wallet that nobody can access except for me. The US dollar continues to fluctuate in value, so by making this decision, I'm diversifying my portfolio and hopefully earning more from our partnership than I would have otherwise. Remember, while MoonPay makes buying crypto straightforward, it's essential to do your own research and understand the risks involved. Crypto trading can be volatile, and you could lose your investment. MoonPay is a tool to facilitate your transactions, not a source of financial advice. Trade responsibly. But I love your energy about how do we stay hopeful, right? How do we stay hopeful when it seems like it feels almost impossible to, how do you vote somebody in that would be able to withstand the tide of it all?
Theo, this is where we've got to take a deep breath and accept our very serious responsibilities as citizens, okay? And you think back, and I don't want to romanticize this, but you think back on American history. And, we read all about this when we were in the 3rd grade, Those were pretty brave guys, George Washington and Jefferson and all those guys, taking on the British Empire. No one in a million years thought you could defeat the British Empire.
For sure.
And they did. And a lot of thousands died. Thousands of them died. It was a pretty bloody situation. And then you think about the Civil War, where very brave people said, you know what, slavery is a moral abomination. We're not going to accept it anymore. God knows what that Civil War was about. Hundreds of thousands of people on both sides died, And then you think about, and I think about this, December 7th, 1941, the United States was attacked at Pearl Harbor. We were totally unprepared. Do you know that? We were totally unprepared. We had to fight a war against Japan, a war against Hitler in Europe, right? Totally unprepared. And yet the country came together. Instead of building cars, they built tanks and planes. Literally in 2 or 3 years, we had put the Nazis on the defensive. The war was won. So what I'm saying is this is perhaps the most difficult moment, in my view, in modern American history. And it's because Trump is an authoritarian who happens not to believe in democracy. And I think he's corrupt. And it's tough. But we have won great battles in the past, and I believe if we do not allow our people to become divided up, we will win this as well. And not only defeat Trumpism, which I work very hard to do, but also create the kind of nation that we can become. Healthcare is a human right. You know what? If you have some children, they have a right to get all the education they need. We are not some poor third world country.
Right.
Right? All right. So we have got to have a vision of where we want to go as a nation. And I think if we fight for that vision, if we bring people together, we can succeed.
When you speak with guys like Mamdani, did you have any suggestions for him? Did you give him any advice?
Well, actually, he followed my political career pretty closely. He studied what I did as mayor of Burlington back in the 80s, the campaign that I ran. So we chat every now and then. I am extraordinarily impressed by his energy, his intelligence, he has a really good persona. He's out there with the people, and I think he's going to do a really great job for the city of New York.
Do you feel like the Democratic Party kind of takes him seriously as like a future candidate for like elections or for presidential elections? Or
now you are raising a sensitive issue.
Or is it a sensitive issue?
Sensitive issue, sure
Oh, yeah.
it is.
But yeah, do they look at him as like a one-off, like an outsider?
No, look, what does it mean to be the establishment? The establishment means in a corrupt political system. Or if you're the establishment, what you do is you leave this, you get on the phone and you talk to your billionaire friends and say, look, I'm setting up a super PAC. Mm-hmm. I want your help to, win the congressional race in Arizona and California, I want you to put in $30 million each, okay? I'll have $300 million. 10 of you put $300 million. I get the ads going next week. We're in business, right?
That's crazy, yeah.
All right, that's the way the system works. All right. And every now and then you have somebody like Mamdani who comes along and says, I don't want your money. Not only do I not want your money,